So we're going to move on now to looking at partial fractions. Okay, so partial fractions is the idea when we have a numerator over two different factors, and we say that this can be written as an identity. So this can always be written as some number, which we haven't found yet, divided by the first factor, plus some other number that we also need to find out, divided by the other factor. And the a and the b is what we need to find out. Okay, so two main ways of doing this is going to be substitution and comparing coefficients. I'll try and show you both. So we're going to do it with this question then. So we're going to say that this can be written in this form here. So how am I going to find this? Well, this is where we do multiplying and dividing by fractions again to start with. Okay, so if I multiply this one with a by x plus 1 top and bottom, and then I do x minus 3 for the b one, I could write something like this. So 6x minus 2 over x plus 3, x minus 3, x plus 1 is identical to some number I don't know, a, multiplied by x plus 1 over the same denominator, plus b, and that had x plus 1, so it needs the x minus 3. X minus 3 over, again, this same denominator. And we know that when we're adding and we've got the same denominator, that we can sort of combine it all together. So we can actually sort of write it like this. Now, what can we do from this statement? Well, do you notice that the denominators are the same everywhere? So we're going to just ignore that part for now. And we're going to focus on the numerators. Because if these are the same things, then the numerators should be the same as well. And this should work for any value of x. That's the significance of these 3 marks. So we can say that 6x minus 2 for any value of x is equal to some number, a, multiplied by x plus 1, plus b multiplied by some number here. And because this is true for all values of x, what we can do is we can just pick values of x to make this simpler and to eliminate one of these letters. So for example, if x equals 3, what would happen? Well, on the left-hand side, you'd get 6 times 3, so that's 18, minus 2. So you get 16 would be equal, I'm using an equal sign now because I've substituted in a particular x, a times by x plus 1. So that'd be 3 plus 1, so that'd be 4a. And what would happen to the b part? Well, the b part, inside the brackets, it would have 3 minus 3, so that would actually disappear. So I can find out now that the value of a is in fact 4. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick another value and I'm going to try and do the same thing. So I looked at how to get rid of b, which was to make the brackets 0 in total. So if x equals, well, how could I make this? Well, 0. I could do it if x was minus 1. If x equals minus 1, what would happen? It would be minus 6 minus 2, so that's minus 8, would be equal to, the a part would disappear, and I have minus 1 minus 3, so I get minus 4b. So I should be able to say that b will equal 2. So I found out these numbers, and what it means I can do now is I can go back to the original part and I can rewrite this as 4 over x minus 3 plus, I'm using plus because this is positive, plus 2 over x plus 1. And this is what we're trying to do. How do I stop recording?